Showing a property to prospective clients sounds like a simple process, and it is, but following these few steps can save you both money and minimize risk in the long run. While you're working to develop a relationship with a prospect, you're also working to protect yourself, the homeowner, and the potential sale. Often overlooked is the possibility that prospects could have ulterior motives other than buying a property. Horror stories in the news and among agents are a poignant reminder that strong organizational skills and proper safety techniques can save even the best agents time and money. Keep these simple guidelines in mind to help keep you safe and ensure the best possibility for a sale. When you first meet a prospect, your first question should be, are you working with or have you signed on with another agent? If so, advise them to contact their agent. If they're not already signed on with another agent, take this opportunity to begin developing your relationship. Ask questions like, where are you from? Are you visiting? Have you been here before? Have you talked to a lender? Have you bought property in this state before? If they're new to purchasing property in this state, be sure to educate them on buyer advisory documents and resources available for your state. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and forget to gather all the prospect's information. Come prepared so you're not fumbling for the closest post-it note or scrap paper that could easily be lost later on. Keep a spiral notebook with you where you can record the prospect's email, phone numbers, and the date of your tour for reference. Remember, organization is extremely important to your business in more ways than one. When heading to a showing, ask the prospects if they would like to follow you to the next house, especially if you're not totally comfortable with them. Jot down the license number, make, and model of the car, and give the information to your office or an associate. Let your associates know where you're starting your tour and both where and when you'll be finishing it. If at any time you feel uncomfortable, ask your associate to call you within 5 minutes. If needed, you can excuse yourself from your client and declare an emergency needing to leave and reschedule. If traveling with a client in the same vehicle and you feel uneasy, call your office with your prearranged safety code, something like, I need information from the red file, which would mean you are in danger, and give your associate the address of your location or property. Upon receiving a request to view a property, you want to safely prepare the property for a showing. Arrive in advance to prepare the property. Lock doors behind you, turn on all the lights, open blinds, and adjust the heating or cooling to a comfortable temperature. When your clients arrive, greet them and introduce yourself. Be sure to present them with your information packet and showing schedule, making sure they understand all of it. As you move through the property, be sure to keep your clients in front of you and between an exit at all times. At the end of your tour, summarize the findings of the day and list the top 3 properties, and have each client, if they are partners, provide the top 3 choices to you. That way, you have an idea as to what they like, so you can agree on future searches if they're not ready to purchase at this time. There are many responsibilities as a listing agent. Keep these helpful tips in mind as you work with both sellers and prospects. When you're listing a home, bring a listing kit from a local title company. Let the client lead you to where they are most comfortable. Listing a home can be worrisome to the seller. Putting them at ease by being attentive to their needs is always good practice. At the open house, make each prospect feel comfortable by making eye contact and smiling. Ask if they're working with another agent and be sure to get their contact info to follow up later. After the open house, you, as a listing agent, should follow up with the property owner to provide attendees feedback in a timely manner. If you send an email with written feedback, you may also want to follow up by phone to help the seller understand any professional jargon. Follow-up doesn't stop there. If open house attendees indicate they've previously talked to Miss Sally Sellahouse, you should follow up with Sally immediately and let her know her client came to view the property during the open house. As you close up the property, be sure to check all windows and doors to make sure they're locked. Thieves oftentimes masquerade as clients and return later to rob the property or do harm. In real estate, there are many what-ifs. Here's how to handle the ifs that might arise during your next showing. If several interested parties arrive together, then split the group up using language like, "At the owner's request, I can take half the attendees to the property at this time." Then ask the remaining party to wait in the entry or another room, such as the kitchen area, so that you can properly show and point out the amenities of the property. If you suspect that a prospect may have ulterior motives other than buying a property, then don't be afraid to make that call to the office or an associate to provide the prospect's information and ask for a 5-minute callback, giving your location. Remember to treat your prospect with politeness and respect, even if you're feeling uncomfortable. If a prospect wants to see other homes after your open house, then call your office after safely closing up the home. Again, provide the prospect's license plate number, make, and model of car. Ask your office associate to call back within a few minutes of your arrival at the next property to be sure you arrive safely. Keep in mind, violence occurs against male and female agents. Always put safety first. If there are any questions in regards to the security of the property, then call the listing agent before securing the property. And our final what if you are extremely uneasy during a showing, indicate that you are just closing up and have to get to the office. Now your prospect knows you will be missed if you don't show up at the office. Call the office and/or associate at that time and indicate you are just closing the house and let them know when you expect to arrive at the office. Here are some questions to ask. Are clients working with another agent? Have they talked to a lender? Are they pre-qualified for a loan amount? Encourage them to open up so you can narrow down their buying criteria. Educate them on local housing values to help them determine a budget. When you're working with a prospect, it's important to know how to protect your potential sale and cultivate your relationship with a client while also staying safe. Remember these important guidelines to protect yourself and your investment in the client. Back your car into the driveway facing out. Carry your car keys with the alert button ready. Lock the door after entering to prepare the house so no one enters without you hearing them. Open up the window blinds, turn all lights on, turn on some background music, and adjust the heating or cooling for comfort. When prospects arrive, greet them and introduce yourself. Provide flyers and escort them inside the house, directing them to each room. Carry your car keys with the alert button ready. If more than one party wants to tour the home together, split the group up by using language like, "At the owner's request, I can only take half of you through the property at this time." Keep your clients in front of you and between an exit at all times. Turn off the lights as you go from room to room. If uncomfortable, ask the prospects to step outside. Lock the door, shut off the lights, and call your office with any concerns. Be sure to leave your agent card at the house for the seller. As a real estate agent, you're trained to serve your clients, but you also have to keep your own safety in mind. Use good organizational skills and the tips shared in this video to cultivate strong relationships with your prospects while also staying safe.